Hello and welcome back to my new channel where we take old clothes and make it fashion. My name is Peer, I'm a fashion designer and I want to inspire you to think twice before you throw away your old clothes. If that sounds interesting, if you like upcycling, DIY fashion, please subscribe to my channel now because I do upload videos every week, and follow me on Instagram because I do upload a lot of pictures there that you won't find here. And let's start with a new project. Has the Victorian sleeve ever been any more trendy than now? Well, maybe in the Victorian area, but 2020, these sleeves are huge and a huge trend. In the Victorian times, in this high society, there would be strict rules about which sleeves would be in fashion and which sleeves would be out of fashion. However, now in 2020, you see different variations on this trend. You mostly see them with quite bulky shoulders and either going smaller on the bottom or also being a little bit bulky on the bottom. And I thought it would be such a fun idea to make an upcycled version of this trend. And it's also a good way because I still have two shirts lying around. I'm using them now to show you how you can make a bulky sleeve in a shirt. So what would you need to make this project today? We need a garment that we want to upcycle. I have two shirts, but because one is a little broken, I'm going to take the sleeve out of the first one and basically merge it with the other sleeve. So you need two shirts if you want to do it like me, but if you only have one shirt to upcycle, you can also do it with one shirt. And instead of using the sleeves of another shirt, just using an extra piece of fabric that you might have lying around. Normally not really my choice of garment or fabric, but I still had them lying around. It's good to surprise yourself sometimes, get a little bit out of your comfort zone and try something else than what you would normally do. And because it's a sewing project, you need your normal sewing stuff, like fabric scissors, pins and needles, your sewing machine with some sewing machine thread, and your iron to iron the seams out. And a little seam ripper might also be useful because as a first step, I'm gonna get the sleeves out. All the sleeves of both my shirts. Who gets the sleeves out? Me. Luckily they used very tiny stitches to make it nice and hard to get out. So I'm just going stitch for stitch, softly pulling on the fabric. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this trend? Do you like it? Have you ever worn something like this? Or is this a little too much for you? And are you now wasting your time watching this video? Personally, I don't have anything like this. I mean, used to have a jumper, but I kinda ripped the sleeves out because they were a little too bulky. Two sleeves out, two more to go. And this is gonna be the shirt that I'm gonna keep. These things are well attached. Undying from the heat. Got my sleeves out. Now I only have to get the cuffs out. And then I'm gonna open the seam in the sleeve. Now I'm just gonna measure the length of the top of the sleeve, just to make sure that later it will also fit in our armhole again. So I'm just giving it a quick press and get the seams flat again, and getting out some of the excess threads that are still hanging in there. So now that I got my sleeves out, I'm gonna divide them. If you don't have any print on your sleeves, I'd recommend that you would measure it out to see where you want to cut and first draw a line with chalk. Because my sleeves have a print, and as you can see on both sides the print is exactly the same. So I'm just gonna use the lines that are already on there as cutting lines. So I'm making 3 cuts vertically and divide the sleeve into 4 pieces. No, I do not recommend this IKEA scissors. Then I will make sure to not get them mixed up so that you get confused. So I got my block sleeve into 4 pieces, so there's 3 openings. So I'm going to divide the striped sleeves into 3 pieces. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can completely measure it out if you want, but for me personally, I ain't got no time for that. So I'm just counting and cutting along the lines. Of course, take into account that the sleeves have slits. I almost forgot. So you should not cut through the slits, of course. So now that the cutting work is done, I'm gonna take my pins and see if we can somehow make it work, make it fit together, and basically merge the two different sleeves like a puzzle. As long as we're making sure that the sleeves are more or less of the same length, then we can more or less fit it together. That's what my sewing teacher always told me. I'm kidding, but you know, I'm a rebel. So the slits are usually in the back of the sleeve. Just take that into account when you're doing this. Then I just want to see if I can more or less make that fit. Well.
Next question. See ya.
Well, with a little bit of creativity. Now I'm just going to take my rulers and straighten all the edges. On the top I want to cut off as little as possible. Oh baby, don't leave me this way. So that's our new sleeve. Okay guys, this is the end of this flag tutorial. Now I'm gonna go on to the next one and do the same. So now we have all our seams on the outside. I ironed them to the back just to make sure that they will more easily fit in the armhole later. And on the inside you don't see any seams, so basically the inside looks like the outside now. French seams, Victorian sleeves. We're getting fancy on my channel. I think it gives just a little extra touch to have these beautiful seams on the outside. And now it's time to let the fun begin. I'm gonna take a piece of my never-ending red yarns. Then I'm just gonna take a needle and basically make little stitches along the cap of the sleeve, about 1/2 centimeter from the edge first. Stitches are about like 1/2 centimeter big, maybe a little bit smaller. Mine are a little bit irregular. My yarn is a little bit on the very long side now, but you know, little arm workouts. So I don't follow the whole rim of the sleeve cap because I don't want ruffles in my armpits, to be honest. I'm just gonna start almost in the same spot as the other thread. Now I'm just gonna do it like 1.5 centimeter from the edge. And then I'm just gonna pin the sleeves and close them. And to create the bulky effect also on the bottom of the sleeve, I'm going to do exactly the same. So 2 threads along the edge of the bottom on basically 1/2 centimeter and 1.5 centimeter again. I would not mind this extreme heat to end soon. So I finished my red threads, and now what, you might ask? Well, now I'm gonna measure the cuffs. They are 26 centimeters. So now I'm gonna take my red threads, make sure they don't get out, and ruffle the sleeve until we have a certain.
This word is pronounced as circumference. Circumference.
Of 26 centimeters. And you just want to make sure that the ruffles are kind of divided evenly. That is about 24. So I'm just going to sew it back on how it was. So I'm just going to keep my 1 centimeter seam allowance, and in that way the edge of the cuff should fall in between the 2 red lines that we hand sewn. So I pinned the cuffs on, and now I'm just going to hand sew them with my contrasting thread again, just to make it easier for ourselves to sew the cuffs on under the machine. So now the cuff is sewn in, I'm gonna remove my red threads. I don't need them anymore. Basically gonna do the same at the cap of the sleeve. So first make the ruffles by pulling both red threads. Then I'm gonna measure 62, the whole length. Let them eat cake. Well, guys, I don't know if I get really Marie Antoinette kind of Victorian vibes, or that I feel more like pirate, but it's finished and I think it's pretty cool. I wear it a little bit loose. I get a total boho kind of Jennifer Lopez vibe. What did you think of this project? Are you gonna do anything like this? Please hashtag FashionRack and tag me on Instagram. And let me know in the comments, how would you wear this? I mean, I think it would be really cool if it's long enough to wear it like a dress as well, with a belt around it and then these big huge sleeves and the shoulders a little bit dropped off. But let me know if you have any suggestions, and I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That would really support my channel, and also subscribe, of course, because the leaves are falling from the trees. It's hot again. I want to take this off as soon as possible, but I want to thank you for watching and follow me on Instagram, because I do upload a lot of cool pictures there that you won't see here. I hope to see you in my next video.